Hello students, today we start a new topic of a plane table solving chapter, and the topic name is the 3-point problem. So in this method, three well-defined points are selected whose position have already been plotted on a map, and then by perfectly bisecting these 3 points, a new station is uh, established at a required position, means mark on a ground as a new station. So no auxiliary station is required in order to solve this problem. This table is directly placed at a required position. The problem may be solved by the three methods. So first one is a Bezel's method, second is a mechanical method, and third one is a trial and error method. So in a G2 examination, this question asked as a analyze the what is 3-point problem and analyze the three methods of the uh, uh, solve the 3-point problems and explain any one method in a detail with figure. So let's we start with Bezel's method. So another name of the Bezel method is a graphical method. So here we discuss this method by using this figure. So suppose ABC are three well defined point, like this capital A, B and C. These 3 points are a well defined point on a ground and which has been plotted as a small abc, this one A, B and C on a plain table paper, and we require to set a new position of the point P on a ground. So this point P on a ground. So first step is the table is placed at a required station at a P point, and first step is a level, and the LED is placed along the line CA. Means first means first C2A line is the LED is placed on a C2A line and bisect the point A point, means rotate the plane table and A to C line. So this line is already drawn as a AC line, and put the LED on a AC line C2A line and bisect the point A point, and then after plane table is clamped, means fix the plane table, and with the LED in a center on a C, means touch the LED and bisect the B point and draw the line, this line as a imaginary line. Clear? Then after again the LED is placed along the line and AC and C point is bisected and plane table is clamped, means then after AC line and C point is bisected, and then after AC line bisecting and plane table is fixed. And from the A point, point B is bisected and draw the line, this line as a imaginary line. This line is a imaginary line, and suppose these rays is intersect at a BC, this line as a D point, so mark as a small d. So the LED is placed along the DB line, this DB line, and then after hello and point B is bisected and the position of the table is said perfectly oriented, and AB, capital A, capital B, small b, and capital C, small c are drawn. So these three rays are intersecting at some of the point as a P point, which is mark on a paper as a small P point, and by using the U frog plumb bob we easily transfer on a paper to ground and mark this point as a wooden peg. Now next method is a mechanical method. So in this method we discuss from the figure. So suppose ABC 3 point ABC, these 3 point is well defined point, have been plotted on a map as a small ABC at a required position of a locate the station of a capital P point, and the table is placed at a P point and perfectly leveled. So there are the three steps is there: leveling, centering and orientation. So table is placed at a P point and perfectly leveled, and tracing paper is fixed on a map and point P is marked on it. So with the LED center on a P point and A, B and C are bisected and rays are drawn. So from the P point A, B, C are drawn, and these three rays may not pass from the A, B, C point, means slightly nearer to A point, B point and C point, and the orientation is done approximately. Now tracing paper is unfasten and move over the map in such a way that the three rays are simultaneously passed through the plotted position as a, B and C point, and then the point P is prick up with a pin, and to give an impression small p on a map and capital P is required uh, on a map, and tracing paper is then removed, and then after the LED is center over the P point and the rays are drawn as capital A, B and C, so pass from the small ABC point. So this method is a very typical method. Here accuracy is less as compared to another methods, so it's a mechanical method. Here tracing paper is compulsory required. And now another method is a 3 point problem. So the method is a trial and error method. So this trial and error method, suppose we discuss from the figure, suppose small a, B and C are a three well defined points marked as a paper on a ground, small ABC, clear, and we require to establish a P point at a station, capital P point. So the table is set up at a P point and perfectly labeled, and orientation is done by the eye estimate. So here with the LED raise capital A to small a, B to B and C to C is drawn and extended. So this line is extended. If this three line is not intersecting at any point, means plane table is move, and then after repeatedly line the drawn, clear, at the point where the all the 3 points are intersecting at a single point. So this point is a perfectly mark on a ground. So these are the trial and error method. So first we trial as a to A, B to B and C to C. So A and C are intersecting at a P point, but this line is not intersect at a P point, means repeatedly done the task and move the table at a sum of the distance, and then after this line A to A, C to C and B to B line intersecting at a P point, this P point, when all the three lines are intersecting at perfectly at a P point, so we mark this P point on a ground by using the LED, U frog plumb bob. So by using the U prop plumber, we transfer the on paper point on a ground and fix the peg on a P point, capital P point. So this method is a trial and error method. These are the tedious method, and result or output is a very difficult, and it's a difficult task. Now next is a point to be kept in a mind in a plane tabling. So by using the plane table surveying, so the following points should be kept in a mind. So first is a ground point should be marked as a capital A B C D and etc., and on paper this point is marked as a small a b c d. So in last slides we all the methods we discuss. So all the capital ABCD on ground point is marked as a small ABCD point on a paper. Next, second point to be kept in mind is the rays from the survey station to the object shall be drawn by dash line. So survey station to any object means imaginary line. We this word is repeatedly used. Imaginary line is drawn by the dotted line, or also we use the light line, and the LED should be properly pivoted with slightly sighting the object. So the LED is properly pivoted means properly touch on a point, and then after we sighting the object or bisect the object. And fourth point is the first survey station, the scale of the map shall be chosen that the center, sorry, the entire area can be plotted on a paper. So here means this point is say that the point which is selected for the plane table, so all the point are easy visible from the particular point. And while establishing the magnetic north on the paper using the compass, things causes locate the attraction, local attraction shall be kept away from the table. So local attraction affect the north direction. So in the north direction, like we using the magnetic needle for marking the north direction, but in a nearer area any pole is there, like iron pole is there, or any magnetic field is there, so north direction is perfectly not mark on a paper, because magnetic needle is uh, move in a compass. And then after sixth point is the plane table should be clamped after centering and leveling, and the plane table should be rotated at the time of the orientation. Means the plane table is clamped means fixed after centering and leveling, and no rotation is required. So at the time of the orientation, if rotation of the plane table is required, so rotate. Now next is the error in a plane tabling. So there are main three types of the error or a classification of the error in a plane table surveying. So in a G2 examination, this question is asked, also asked in a 4 mark, like analyze the errors in a plane table and explain explain in a detail. So there are the three types of the error is there. First is the instrumental error, second is the error in manipulation and sighting, and the third one is the error in plotting. So one by one we discuss on it. So first is the instrumental error. So the surface of a drawing board is not a plane. So in a plane table survey we use the wooden sheet, wooden plane table. So if the this wooden plate is not perfectly leveled, so it's a instrumental error. Second is the edge of the LED is not straight, means LED is bent. So at that time it's when we take a reading, so it's some of the error is drawn on a paper. So these are the instrumental error. So first we, what is instrumental error? So by using the instrument, error is generated, so it's called a instrumental error. And the object when and the sight when are not a perpendicular to LED, So when we open the object one and I one in a LED, so it's a compulsory perfectly right angle to each other. So if the LED is bent or I one and object one is not open perfectly, so error is generated. So it's the instrumental error. The edges on the LED is not a parallel to the line of sight, and the fixing clamp is not proper. So at the time of the fixing the clamp, table is rotate or move, so it's a instrumental error. Now second type of the error is a error in a manipulation and sighting. So like defective leveling, defective sighting, defective orientation, defective centering and movement of a board between the sight. So these are the errors in a manipulation and a sighting. So level is not perfectly done, means a table is uneven, or a sighting is not perfectly done. So these are the errors in a sighting. And errors in a plotting. So in errors in a plotting, divide into two part. Defective scale of the map, means we take a scale like 1:1, 1:1.5, etc. So some of the part we drawn as a 1:1 scale, and some of the part we drawn as a 1:1.5, and some of the part we drawn as a 1:1. So each and every time line is line length is changed. So due to this, error is generated in a plotting the area. Now wrong intersecting the rays drawn by the two different stations. So wrong intersecting means uh, perfectly not intersect the 2 points. So it's a error in a plotting. So here we complete our first chapter. Thank you.